Hi guys, it's me again. As you guys know, yesterday I was starting to discover something very significant about the Pythagoreans, and one of his quote was, as you see over here, that the importance of pure numbers is central to the Pythagorean view of the world. A point was associated with 1, a line with 2, a surface with 3, and a solid with 4, and their sum is 10. And 10 was their sacred number. 10 was sacred. So I showed you yesterday in a geometry, I will show it to you later again, how you draw that, and that it's actually perfect coordinates to locate an object wherever it is. But I want to go more into it, into pure numbers and number 10, digit number 10 that was sacred. So yesterday I started to show you a list, and I've discovered more and more as further I go to list, if you see it here. So 10 is a sacred number, as you see here. And I did a list, and the sum is 10. 1, I'll show you later in the drawings. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. And one will say, but you can do also 5 plus 5 is 10, or 4 plus 6 is 10. I know, but he gave us a hint that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is the sum of 10. So I keep going on by counting these numbers like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, etc. So when I going on with this list, you see it creates 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290. And those are all odd numbers, if you see. That's the miracle. You see that here is all odd numbers. Let me mark it so you can see better as a result. So each of those sums brings out odd numbers. Let me circle 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. And it goes endless, always like this. You see that? Very interesting. And once it goes in the 100, it starts with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's 5 ones, and then 2, 2, 2, 2. It's 5, 2, and the list will go on with 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3. So the next thing what I have discovered is when you, besides those prime numbers, the odd numbers right here, and prime numbers, and besides these 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, and it will go 3, 3, 3, and 4, 4, 4. I also figured out that if you go down in this field, in this sum fields digits, you see here it's 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. It will go always like this, and on this side 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, and here 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, and so on, and 4, 9, 4, 9, 4, 9. Very interesting. And I'm talking here about pure numbers, and 10 is sacred. So another thing it's really interesting, and I think as longer you make this list, this tablet of list, you see that everything is really connected one another. It's really interesting what he's showing us here, and I bet what I'm showing you right here in this way, what I'm showing you that you can find it nowhere in the internet or YouTube, whatever. You can search for it. You won't find it anything the way how I found it out and what I observe in his quote right here. So another thing what I figured out is very interesting is if you count always the two together, look, 1 plus 1 is 2. Let me do it the other way. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. You see that? 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 6 is 12. And then 7 and 7 is going to be 14, and so on. I'm going to write a long list, so it's 14. So what you see here is when you add those numbers together, it becomes this. 2, 4, 6, 8, all the even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Here you see on the end result by the sums, you see here the odd numbers, or the prime numbers, and if you count those first two digits together, the sum will be an even number. So even here, it's the same thing. It's here, you see that? 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, 3 and 3 is 4, and 1 and 6 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7. Let me make it 1 and 1 is 7, 1 and 6 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 is 7. And here again is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and here will be 14. 2 and 7 is 9. So it's going to be 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. It's really interesting what it's really a very miracle interesting thing what he's trying to show us. And I can guarantee you what I've discovered here on this quote, on one of his quotes, which is this, that you don't see nowhere in the internet, YouTube or whatever, that they found it out the same way what I found out here. They might find discover other things into it if they discovered this, and if not, if they found something, but I am 100% sure that no one discovered it how I discovered it. 100%. You can look it up, YouTube or whatever. They might have explanations about how they think, what it means, etc. But nobody has it how I explain it, how I mean, what I've discovered. Another interesting thing is, what I've discovered is that if you add the sum in the from this tablet in a diagonal sum, which is 1 plus 7 plus 13 plus 19, if you go this way, it creates 40. So 1 plus 7 plus 13 plus 14 gives the sum of 40. Also interesting. 6 plus 7 plus 18 plus 24 gives the sum of 60. You can do it by yourself. 11 and 17 and 23 and 29. Let me do it like this. Gives 80. And so on. It's real. This has something very, very miracle and interesting on this tablet if you write it down like this. Right? What I found so many things into it. As more I look into it, it's very interesting. There was another thing. Let me think. What was it? Well, anyway, that's it for now. It will pop up in my head, and I'm gonna make a video out of it. So it's really interesting what pure numbers are and the sacred 10. So another thing what I want to go into it is, I drew it yesterday, that the Pythagoreans say also with the statement that importance of pure numbers is central to the Pythagoreans for the point of the view of the world. And the point was associated with one line, a two line. Let me do it again. So the point is associated with one line, and with the second line that creates the point. And by doing these lines, you also have created a surface. And that surface has 4 solids, and the sum is 10. So it's for that line 1, for that line is 2, for that surface is 3, and for the 4 solids it's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 10. All right. So what I believe is that Pythagorean was explaining us, telling us through his quote here, because I figured out that in all those famous pioneers, tycoons, scientists, physicists, cosmologists, astronomers, back in the days, 15, 14, 1600s, and all the way back, like Copernicus, Johannes Kepler, or Isaac Newton, or Nikola Tesla. What I figured out, there's a lot of stuff. There are many books always written about the person, but like 200 pages, 300 pages, whatever. But what really only counts is the word, what that person was saying, not how you describe that person. When you want to know the hints or a direction, or when he wants to tell you something, a message, it's in their own words, not what the author write about a person in a biography, or how he observed or interviewed that person. And there's a lot of nonsense stuff they write about a person, but what is really important is always the original words what he was speaking. So that's why I'm saying you have to focus on the core, on the kernel, on the point, and not all that stuff that's around it. Throw that away and focus only on the point. So one of his quotes, Pythagoreans, it's what he was saying, and he was giving us a hint. And I think I have discovered and revealed what he was trying to explain in us, because by saying this, that the importance of pure numbers is central for the Pythagorean, for the point of the view of the world, which I showed you here with those numbers, if I do it according to his reference, and also in the drawings. So what he was explaining there back then already, that he said that a point, which is this, was associated with one line, a second line, which created automatically the surface, and with the solid of 4. So that means for me that he was telling us that you can locate an object or whatever, a person, a location on Earth, can be done by 2 coordinates. And where they're crossing at, that's the point. That's the location. And this I think he wants to show out that this is the map or the earth. So that's why he explained it. And if we make it all separate, it looks actually like this. So this is the map. This is the two coordinates. And this is the dot. So if you put those together, it creates that map, right? So it's very interesting what he's trying to tell us. So thank you guys for watching. It's really interesting what he's really trying to give us a message out of it. And man, I love this guy. You have to really focus and concern on the kernel, on the core of everything, not of that what is surroundings, because the surroundings is just nonsense, distracting. So always remember, when people, writers, whatever, interviewers, when they write a book about a person and it has 300 pages, 100 pages, 200 pages, only, so you have to know that only 2 pages are really relevant, and those 2 pages are the own word what the person was saying. So it's very important that you have to focus on the sayings, focus on parables, on quotes, or hymns, or poetries, because in there is the hidden things. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.